Hey everyone, it's Mike Young. I'm making this video for our vegan community. It's a YouTube channel that I'm a part of, and I'm also the founder of aPlantBasedDiet.org, which is a nonprofit 501c3. Anyway, let's get right into it because this video is going to be a little bit longer than normal probably. It's vegan TMI, and what it is, it's basically a list of questions. I'll show you here on my laptop. I don't know if you can see with the lighting, but it's a list of questions and my answers to the questions. So let's get right into them. There's a bunch of questions, so let's start talking. First one is, how long have you been vegan? For me, it's been the summer of 2014. I always thought that eating meat was kind of gross and used to have to get into a lot of trouble actually when I was younger at the dinner table for not eating meat. And the last thing for me to give up in 2014 was dairy. And that I thought was going to be a big deal. But actually, as it turns out, there's been so many health benefits from giving up dairy, things that I didn't even realize were wrong with me, that I'm sure that there's not going to be any problem. I'm not going to be going back to dairy at all. So I'm glad for that. The next question is, what's the main reason you went vegan? For me, it's health reasons. That's the number one thing, because I know if you think back to some of your older relatives or friends or family, other members that you've known, you probably realize that a lot of them, as they get close to the end of their life, have health problems. And I was always interested to find out, why were the health problems happening. And once I started investigating all this and figuring out so much of it, if not most all of it, has to do with your diet, that's when I started making these changes, and that's what really prompted me to get to the point, a couple of years ago in 2014, where I gave up dairy. So that was a good decision. Next one, what is the reason you joined YouTube? Okay, initially many years ago, it was when Google Video ended. I don't know if any of you all remember Google Video, but it ended at some point. You had to migrate everything over to YouTube, so that's when I started. I started with my Mike Young Real Estate channel, which is still out there, and the most recent channel that I have is aPlantBasedDiet.org, and that's the one. Hopefully you guys are watching. If not, you're watching this on our vegan community, and if not, subscribe to aPlantBasedDiet.org. It's my the 501c3. So, all right, let me figure out where I am here on my list. Okay, next question. How did you come up with your YouTube name? Well, I just told you it's from the nonprofit, and the nonprofit exists actually to give people information about plant-based diets, veganism, anything related to that, for your health, for the animals, and also for the planet. It's mainly focusing on the health, because that's my main reason for going vegan initially, is for health, although all these other things are important and they're being focused on and looked at more and more every day. The other thing that we do also, if you don't know, is we're founding the Southwest Florida Veg Fest, which is going to be in Fort Myers, Florida, January 29th, 2017. So make sure you show up for that if you're in the area. All right, next one. What 3 accounts do you follow in YouTube? Well, to answer that, I'll tell you, I don't really follow too many people. I got lots of them I following just so I can get some suggestions in my YouTube feed. But I'll tell you, 2 people I don't follow anymore are Freely and Durian. And if you know those names, you know who I'm talking about. If you don't, I don't want to give them any publicity, but let me just say that I think I share a lot of people's feelings when I say that they used to be very informative and fun to watch, but that's just not the case anymore. And unfortunately, I don't follow them anymore. Favorite vegan celebrity? Again, I don't really follow the big goings-on stuff, media stuff, so I'm not really into that, but I will say it's not Freely and Durian, although I used to say that probably 2 years ago when I first became vegan. I think that they were a big influence on me, so I'm going to give them some credit there. But since that time, it's been a steady downhill decline. So, all right, last vegan documentary you watched and your favorite vegan documentary. Those are 2 questions with the same answer. It's Plant Pure Nation. And as some of you may know, I actually work for Plant Pure Nation. I'm the director of the Pods website, which is undergoing some major changes right now. We're about to launch version 2.0, and we expect that will have some major improvements that you all are going to be really happy with. So those are the answers to those two questions. Skip down. Favorite vegan book? I am actually not a book reader, although I went to a lecture recently on how not to die with Dr. Michael Greger, and I'd say that book, knowing the content of that book, is probably going to be my favorite book at this point in time, even though I haven't read it because I really don't read any books. I unfortunately just don't have time, which is actually a good thing because I'm always working on some other stuff that I really like to work on. Let's see. Favorite vegan home-cooked meal? That's going to be green smoothies in the Vitamix, which I just got. There's some videos on my YouTube channel about the Vitamix, unboxing it and how that works if you want to watch that. But green smoothies are probably my favorite thing to make on a regular basis at home. Something you missed from before you went vegan? Okay, that's an interesting answer. I would say I don't miss anything before I went vegan because really I'm looking at this from a health perspective, and most of the stuff that I used to eat before I became vegan made me feel like crap. So I don't miss that at all. It may be like a momentary, temporary pleasure brought on by peer pressure. That's, if you can miss that, maybe I would miss that, I guess, but not really because most of my life is not that. And I think that's the same with all of you. And I just don't have to feel like crap anymore, so that's a good thing. All right, favorite vegan guilty pleasure? I'd say anything chocolate is going to be it, for me anyway. All right, favorite vegan milk alternative? For me, it's almond, but I'm trying to stay away from all of these fake milk type things. So I'm just trying to transition away from that. That's me personally because I'm going more on a whole foods plant-based diet. Favorite vegan cheese? Okay, I haven't found one yet. I've had vegan cheese, and it seems to make some kind of reaction to me because none of it that I know of is whole foods plant-based, and it usually gives me some kind of reaction. Usually it's full of chemicals. So that's something to think about when you eat these vegan cheeses. What's it made out of? Because just because, I'm looking at it from a health perspective, just because it's vegan doesn't mean it's going to be better for your health if you're eating a bunch of chemicals. Not necessarily better, unfortunately, so I'm trying to avoid vegan cheeses. All right, what's the most annoying question you get as a vegan? I think that none of them are annoying. I think that they're all opportunities to spread the message, and instead of me going out there and just basically starting up conversations that people don't want to have, when somebody brings up something like that, I view that as an opportunity. So I would say that's a good thing and not annoying at all. None of them are annoying to me. Who was the last person you argued with about veganism? Okay, to me, I say that's myself because I'm always questioning and wondering, what's best for health and how to explain these concepts. And especially in the health area, that's a constantly evolving movement right now. And most of the health stuff that I'm really involved in or want to be involved in is food as medicine, which is, in my estimation, a real specific diet. It's got to be a whole foods plant-based diet if you want to actually truly improve your health. Whole foods plant-based, or also, as I found out recently, paleo-vegan. Paleo-vegan is something that's almost identical to whole foods plant-based, and that is also like a food as medicine. All right, have you ever accidentally eaten something non-vegan? I say yes. The word is honey. I think everyone knows what I'm talking about. It's in a lot of things. Let's see, have you ever willingly cheated on your vegan diet? I say, yeah, I have. It's okay to not be 100%. For me, I'm looking at it from a health perspective. And anyway, it's nearly impossible to be 100% anyway, because if you really trace almost anything back that you eat or that you use in your life, unfortunately, most likely it's not vegan. You'll find out it's not 100% vegan. It may be real close, but there's so many things in the chain of what happens between when something gets to you and when it was originally produced and by the time you use it, all the things involved in that. If you really think about it, nothing's really 100% vegan, not at this point in time, unfortunately. So I think that cheating, if you even want to call it cheating, is okay, but it usually happens when you hang out with non-vegans, and you need to be around non-vegans, because if you're not, the chances of you influencing them to a better lifestyle are pretty much zero. Favorite vegan restaurant? Cider Press Cafe in Florida. That's a 100% raw vegan restaurant. If you've ever been there, I'd highly recommend trying it out. It's in Naples, St. Petersburg. I think they're going to be opening in Orlando soon. It's not cheap, but it's good, and it's as healthy as you can possibly get. 100% raw vegan. Favorite vegan eatery? Haven't tried one personally yet, but I would love to find one that I personally have tried that I can recommend to you. Favorite vegan website and online forum, the same thing, plantpurpods.com. That is the social media that's directed around the plant-based lifestyle, which is automatically vegan. By our definition, plant-based is only plants. So hang out there. We're there to help this entire movement. If you've got a organization or a business or just as an individual, or you want to start a local group of people that meet, go to plantpurpods.com. You can just sign up as an individual. It's free. You can sign up your organization, your existing organization or business. It's a short application. We actually have an application process because we want to make sure that everybody's legit. So just come on over there. That is the place to be for this entire movement. We really want it to be in the near future what everybody uses. And like I said, version 2.0 coming out very, very soon, which is going to be vastly improved. All right, would you eat laboratory-produced meat? Did I skip one there? No, I didn't. I say probably not. As you probably know, it's not vegan because it uses the cells of animals and is grown like regular meat, and unfortunately has all the bad health properties of regular meat, so I don't know why I would want to eat that. It is like a transition product, like a lot of things I think are transition products to the whole foods plant-based diet, but I don't think that it's something that I would want to do. Would you date somebody who's not vegan? Quick answer, yes. It would be more difficult than dating someone who's vegan, that's for sure, but that's a quick answer. Would you eat meat from an animal that dies a natural death? I'd say I avoid that at all costs. It's got nothing to do with anything health-wise, because if you're eating an animal product, you're going to be hurting yourself in health ways much more than if you're eating plant-based, especially whole foods plant-based products. And that I am not going to do, or at least not do on a regular basis. I will keep, as close to 100% on that as possible. Would you buy non-vegan products or presents for others? I try not to. And do you think you're vegan for life? I say yes, because the more I realize it, the more I learn. I think that's true with everybody. The more people learn about this movement, about how it helps people and the planet and the animals, everybody wins. There's really no downsides to this, except for people that are involved maybe in industries that utilize those things that are non-vegan right now and non-plant-based, because they're going to have to change, because I do believe this movement's going to be growing more and more every day, which it is, and it's hopefully going to take over, because for me, from a health perspective, there's no better way to take care of yourself, and you end so much needless suffering, not only for individuals, but of course for the animals, but of course for family members of the individuals who are suffering with health problems. It's just the way to go. So I'm looking forward to the future. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it wasn't too long, because it's much longer than my regular videos are, and I hope you learned a lot about me. Anything, other questions you have for me, go ahead and put in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them. And check out plantpurepause.com. Check out my YouTube, aPlantBasedDiet.org, and the Southwest Florida Veg Fest. Be there in Fort Myers, January 29th, 2017. It's going to be really cold in most of the countries, or most of the states in the United States, except for Florida around that time of year. So come on down, make a vacation out of it, book your plane tickets now. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.